15 seconds.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 95th episode of MystiCast. And we're live for it! Yay!
Hey Tay, I heard you found some red flags.
Yeah, I actually date a lot of them.
Oof.
But I had the chance to learn more about potential red flags during Bismarck State College's Red Flag campaign. Check it out. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Bismarck State College raised realization about red flags on April 5th in the Student Union. Title IX coordinator of BSC, Kaylin Bondi, talks about how the Red Flag campaign originated.
So the Red Flag campaign isn't something that originated at BSC. It's a national campaign, started out of Virginia. You can replicate their same event, and what we've done is taken their event and brought it to our campus.
So what's one to do with the red flags and Sharpies?
So at the event, you would have a red flag. You're able to write on there different signs or red flags that you can see in relationships that might lead to something like assault, stalking, or even dating violence.
Common red flags include controlling behavior and other forms of mental or physical abuse. However, they are not always easy to spot. That's why, if you see a red flag, it's important to report it. Sarah Gibson talks about why it's critical for students and others to educate themselves on toxic behaviors.
I think students need to learn more about this due to the fact that, a lot of people they just don't want to say anything. If they see something, if you see a friend, or themselves in a really bad relationship where things are happening to them, and they need to know that there are resources available to help them.
She says that it's the visual representation of the event that grabs people's attention and shows them the potential dangers of dating violence. Gibson gives her advice to those who may be experiencing these warning signs.
Maybe bring up those red flags with somebody, and then, if it was me, I'd end it. If these red flags continued even after discussion, I'd just end it because, your mental health and your safety is more important than somebody you're in a relationship with.
Researchers found that 1 in 5 college students experience dating violence. Educating ourselves on common red flags may help others in the future. If you or someone you know has been the victim of sexual assault, dating violence, or stalking, speak up, say something, and stand up for others. Reporting for MystiCast, I'm Taylor Austin. If you see red flags in your partner, they're probably a jerk.
Jerk, 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 jerky.
What are you on about?
Oh, well, you just reminded me that Amy made some jerk, 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 jerky.
Ooh, that looked really yummy.
Yeah, it did. I should have brought some with me on my road trip to Phoenix.
Oh, you went to Arizona?
I did. Let me show you.
The feeling's running deep, ain't no time for sleep. A second to unwind, head up in the sky. I follow to the beat, it's just what my heart's demanding. Friends and laughing, hear me dancing in the flow. Yes, I feel it's my time. Watch me glow, living in the dream lights, in the zone. Yeah, this world is all mine. Come see what you'll find, right? Stars in the sky, babe, I'm home in the city. I'm out, I'm rolling to the stars in the sky, babe, I'm home. Say I'm riding, sail tonight, I'm home. Say right now, I get it, take my hand, come zone. Come on, catch a ride, and we take it to places that we only what we need. Happy we love in our lives. Things I wish to see seem to come to be. I see the truth, I'm honest. The moon is singing our song. See, we found what we're searching for, the love that we hold. Another adventure unfolds. I've been dreaming about it, dreaming about it. Going for it. I'm out, I'm rolling to the stars in the sky, babe, I'm home in the city. I'm out, I'm rolling to the stars in the sky, babe, I'm home. Say I'm riding, sail tonight, I'm home. Say right now, I get it, take my hand, come zone. Come on, catch a ride, and we take it to places that we only dream. I think I'm more. This is my heaven, baby, day and night in my zone. Be a feeling words, so suicide, take me home. Need no worries at all. Take me home.
That road trip was a lot of fun, but I just realized we haven't seen Zachary in a long time.
Oh yeah, you're right. I wonder what kind of shenanigans he's getting himself into.
Good evening, and welcome back to Totally Real News. I'm your anchor, Doug Graves. Now for our lead story tonight. This afternoon, Metro Area Police responded to reports of a suspicious person north of town. For more on this story, here is Frankly Wrong, live from the scene. Frank. Thanks, Doug. We're still the same person, but whatever. I'm live here from Bunny Trail, north of town. Police told me this afternoon that they received a 911 call around 1 p.m. of a suspicious person in the area who was hopping along the trail with a bunch of baskets. Eyewitnesses report that the person looked to be a bunny and that he was dropping jelly beans and colored eggs as he was hopping along. Residents in the area are also reporting that they are finding chocolate bunnies randomly placed around their property. Police do not believe that this bunny is in connection to a rabbit who is currently being investigated for bopping field mice on the head. But police do ask that if you see the suspect to report them to the police and do not approach them. I'll have more information as this story develops. Back to you, Doug. An intriguing story indeed. Thank you, Frank. After the break, we tell you of the story of a recent string of colored chicken egg thefts that have been leaving police asking who could have done this. You are watching Totally Real News.
That was really creative. There was a lot of artsy stuff happening this last month.
Yeah, there sure was. Hey, didn't you go to the Red Lodge clay demonstration?
I did. It was super interesting to see the pros at work. Let's spin into my next video. Accomplished potters Bill Jones and Christopher Watt from Red Lodge Clay Center in Montana have come to BSC's campus to engage with students and community members in a discussion while they elegantly form this moldable, sensual, and raw material in their hands. Here's Bill to tell us a little bit more about his journey in clay.
In high school, in the summers growing up, I used to work for a stone sculptor every summer. And he knew some potters and would have them out for this sort of sale he would do every year. And in the back of my head, it was like one of those things I always wanted to try. Getting this residency was like I was really excited about it, and I worked really hard to put the application together and everything like that.
There is always more to be learned when it comes to pottery and the creation of ceramic art. This is a large reason why so many chose to attend this event.
I really wanted to come here and check this out just to see how these two other artists, make their work and then their kind of process of how they do things. My biggest takeaway would be to keep making and keep going, and don't be too concerned with perfect form, perfect size. You can let loose and just be creative and just express yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Elena Keller reporting for BSC's MystiCast.
That looked really fun.
It was. It can be hard to find fun things to do in the winter here.
Yeah, good thing we're almost on summer break. I can show you some fun things to do around North Dakota in the summertime.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
In North Dakota, we only get about 3 months of summer, so it's good to enjoy it while we can. So here's some things you can do for fun in North Dakota in the summertime. Shooting some hoops with the bros. Look at him walk away like he's just a player. Maybe you could toss the sack around a little bit by playing some cornhole. However, I wouldn't go up against these ladies, they seem pretty good. Or you could slide down a hill on one of these weird cartboard things. Also, don't try this at home, kids. Or you could always do the safer thing and go for a walk like these two ladies. I wonder what they're talking about. Probably English stuff. Or you could go for a ride in my little red wagon, which Zachary confirmed was a 5-star ride. On the other hand, window washing is a good productive thing to do. We appreciate you, Darvis. Even though every day won't be a nice day, you can still find beauty in the rain. No matter what you decide to do this summer, always be a cool squirrel. This guy's just happy he got an entire piece of toast. And those are just a couple fun things you can do around North Dakota in the summertime. I'm sure there are plenty more, however, I didn't have that much time to finish this project. Reporting for MystiCast, I'm Taylor Austin.
Wow, that squirrel sure had the munchies.
Yeah, it kind of makes me hungry, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if you're looking for a new bite to eat, you came to the right place. Zachary shows us new spots around town.
Hi everyone, I'm Zachary, and I really love food, and I bet you love food too. It's the universal language that unites us all as a people. But eating doesn't have to be boring. Today, I'm going to take you around town in a segment I'm calling Interesting Eats. Boba tea. It's like normal tea, but you have to eat it. It's the trend that's taking over America, and now Bismarck gets to join the party. Mama Bear Cafe is a boba tea cafe that opened inside the Kirkwood Mall back in March. To find this gem, all you gotta do is go in door 4 on the northeast side of the grounds, and you'll be met with this cute little cafe. The cafe has a wide variety of beverages for all your thirst-quenching needs. When I went there, I got the tiramisu milk tea because I have a caffeine addiction, but they also have fruity flavors and a wide variety of other flavors. Here's me drinking my beverage in my car after leaving, like a nerd. Beverages are nice and all, but maybe you wanted something a little bit more filling, like actual food. I know I did, so I went over to Nara Ramen. This little restaurant is located on the corner of 3rd and Thayer, which means it's downtown. If you don't like parking downtown, that's going to make it hard. You just got to dust off your parallel parking skills a little bit. Walking to it isn't that bad, though when I went it was raining, so I had to walk through the rain. The sacrifices that I'll make for some delicious ramen. Eventually I got there and I picked up my food. Nara does have an indoor dining area, but I'm too bougie for that. I wanted to go eat in a park, except for it was still raining, so I ended up going back to the office and eating instead. Look at this delicious ramen that I totally didn't eat while beginning the post-production process for this very video. Nara also has a wide variety of menu items, but I always get to show you ramen with mushrooms added, because I can. Okay, well that's all I have for you guys today, folks. Catch me next time on Interesting Eats.
Now I'm really hungry.
Me too. Let's get out of here and grab a bite to eat.
Let's go. Thanks for watching the last episode of MystiCast for the year.
Have a great summer, everyone.
Bye. Love you.